Hi all. Today we're going to be talking about the ransom note problem on LeetCode. The reason for me making these videos is because I find when I teach someone else it or make a video about it, I learn it better. So it's a win-win situation for both me and you. You get an opportunity to kind of learn the problem from someone else. You get an instructor to help you guide you through the problem, and I get to learn better. So kind of we have a good system going here. So this problem is fairly trivial. It's an easy problem. Making it fast though, not so trivial. It's a difficulty easy on LeetCode. I mean, it's not the most difficult problem to solve. So let's think about what they want us to do here. I'm just gonna read this off to you, and then I'm gonna give you reword it in my words. Given an arbitrary ransom note string and another string containing letters from all the magazines, write a function that will return true if the ransom note can be constructed from the magazines. Otherwise, it will return false. Each letter in the magazine string can only be used once in your ransom note. This is important. So you may assume that both strings contain only lowercase letters. When you see this note, to me, that makes me think, why would it matter if they indicated uppercase letters? So that makes me think there may be some clever bit compare that you could do. I don't know if there is or not. I haven't looked it up, but assuming like this, in my opinion, there might be some clever trick you can do to make it super fast. Just keep that in mind. Um, but anyways, let's look at these examples and dissect them. Can the ransom note A here be constructed from the magazine B here? No, right? There's no A in the magazine. Can AA be constructed from AB? No, because each letter in the magazine string can only be used once in the ransom note. Can AA be constructed from AAB? Yes, because AA exists in both these. So kind of you're seeing that we just have to check if the ransom notes characters exist in the magazine characters while taking into account the amount of letters in the ransom note compared to the magazine in terms of the number of times occurred. And at first sight, the easier trivial way for us to kind of do this is to have two for loops and kind of look back and forth at these two strings. Now, we don't want to have a nested for loop like that because it's an O of n squared algorithm or an O of ransom note times magazine algorithm. Still O of n squared here, but we don't want to do that. So we want to make this fast. And the way I came up with the fastest way that I've came up to do this, and a linear algorithm, O of n, is kind of to do something like this. I'm going to write the solution and I'm going to walk you through it. So just bear with me for a second. So I'm going to stop here. What we're doing here is we're populating this map with the amount of times each character occurs in the string. And how we do this is we iterate through every single character in the magazine string and we say, hey, does it exist in the map already? If num times equals null, it doesn't. meaning it doesn't exist in the map, then we're going to put it in there and we're going to say it exists one time now. Or else we're just going to put it back in, put that current back in there, but increment the number of times it occurred. So now, after here, we have populated a hash map containing the number of times the characters occurred as key value entries, and that is the point here. And again, sometimes I would stop this video, and if I encourage you, if you don't understand what's going on here, grab your favorite IDE and just walk through the code in the debugger. But anyways, here's what we're going to do here. Now we're going to go through the ransom node. And we're basically going to do something similar, but we're going to grab the current ransom node from. Let's change this so that we can understand it a little bit better here. What we're doing here is we're grabbing the entry of every single character in the ransom node array, and we're basically saying, hey, this num times, does it exist in this hash map? And that's what we're getting back. And this hash map was populated by the magazine. So if it exists, or if it does not exist, right, if it does not exist, what we want to do is we want to return false. Now remember, if the num times is less than or equal to 0, we want to break out of here anyways. And you'll kind of see why after I write this last line here. So, sorry. So what we're actually doing in here is we're saying, hey, does every single ransom node have an existing entry in the magazine to exist map that will correspond to a magazine entry? And really, strings are just character arrays, so you can kind of think of them that way. Does every single ransom node correspond to a character in the magazine? And that's kind of the solution to this problem. So I'm going to walk you through it one more time from start to finish, and I think we'll be good to go here. But I'm going to submit it first just to make sure I'm not lying to you guys, make sure I didn't screw anything up. Line 10. This should be continue, so sorry, that was a mess up by me. Wrong answer. Whew, wouldn't want to see it. Wouldn't want to see it. Alright, so I meant to put minus minus here, I'm sorry. This is unprofessional of me to be screwing up on camera. Okay, so from start to finish here, I know I screwed up a little bit, but from start to finish, here's what we're doing. We're iterating through every single magazine array, and we're going to add it to the hash map with the number of times it occurred. That's what this for loop block is responsible for. Now we're going to check the ransom node to see if it exists in the magazine. That's what this for loop is responsible for. And if everything is good, we say, hey, everything existed properly, everything's good. And that's really how this solution works. Any questions? Just put it in the comments and I'll respond. Thank you.